Your crush takes 6 hours to reply. How do you really feel about the truth, or would you text them and tell them how you feel about it?
They're not gonna read the message. It already takes 6 hours to reply.
But yeah, how would you go about it?
Yeah.
Oh, so swap text call.
Nah, shame, I won't lie. I won't. I'm too prideful. I'll take even when you eventually reply, I'll take another 8 hours.
What are signs you haven't healed yet?
And sometimes finding the words, I think I'm guilty of that. Like, I don't have the right words. Like, I know what I'm feeling. It's feeling gasla, gasla, gasla. But gasla, gasla, gasla doesn't have a word. You know? It's crying count. I don't know.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Giving Spring Podcast. We've been talking about what it is like being in a relationship, being in a marriage, and also what it's like focusing on mental health and parenting. But today we're going to do something different, focus on what mental health looks like before a relationship, being single, being alone. What's the difference between alone and lonely?
Super excited for this episode, and you know, we even have guests with us that are in the back and they're going to be asking us questions. So we have Lucidi and Tabo. Say hi, guys.
Hello guys.
I come there.
So this is going to be a fun episode. Please sit back and relax and enjoy.
Okay, so our first question will be given to us from behind the scenes.
Okay, so our first question: how do you know if you are actually ready for a relationship or just lonely?
Oh, just lonely. That's a good question. I don't have the answer to that, just so clear.
I think maybe when it's the fact that you're bored. Like, I think you know when you're bored or when you're like, I want someone just because I feel like I don't want to be on my own anymore.
Yeah,
And then
when you're just open to anything and everything with
Yeah.
anybody,
Yeah.
I feel like that's more loneliness.
And now it kind of brews kind of a question for me as we're talking about this. Like, it makes me think of, is being ready for a relationship an actual commitment or is it a feeling? Like, which category does it fall under? Do I have to feel like I'm ready for a relationship, or do I mentally make the commitment to be like, nah, I want a relationship? What are your guys' thoughts on that?
yeah, okay, from my personal experience, I'd say, I don't think I've ever felt ready for a relationship. And then, like, it'd come, but like, it wouldn't be like a planned thing. It'd be like, I'd be friends with this person, and then we'd get along well, and then we'd go on a few dates and things, and we try and we see, like, you know, and then eventually, like, okay, we both like each other, let's see if we want to be in a relationship together. And then that's usually how it happens for me sometimes, but then, yeah. So I don't know if that answers the question, but...
It partly does. Shim, I think I share the similar sentiments as well. Like, I feel like it's a bit of both a commitment and as well as a feeling. Because, like, you know, when there's that right person or that person that makes you feel like this is worth trying, I think that's the feeling I'd get to be like, okay, I'm ready for a relationship. And then consciously make the commitment to be like, this is the person I want to commit in a relationship with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So it's
I like that
a bit of both. It's a bit of both. Like, I don't know, just thought about it and I was like, wanted to hear your guys' thoughts.
Okay.
What about you, Tabo?
I think there is difference, you know.
Yeah.
Commitment would take you a long way, whereas, you know, feelings sometimes they do change. Yeah. So you would want to be in a relationship not because of you feel lonely or you feel like you could have a company, but then you have been getting ready to be in a committed, you know, relationship or let's say situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question that follows: what parts of yourself should be worked on before inviting someone else in?
That's a very good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. I immediately go to the conversation that I think I had with Lucidi about like self-love, about like how important it is. You know, you can't love somebody else if you don't know how to love yourself.
True.
So therefore, try your best to be your best self so that you can also give your best self to someone else. So back to that thing of which part of yourself can you prepare? I'd say it would be self-love.
Yeah, I think you're not gonna be 110% like perfect going into a relationship, but I think it comes to a point where if you're going into a relationship thinking that you want this person to solve or fix something within you, or you feel like you crave a connection, or you crave something that you feel like someone else should bring in your life, you can't bring it to yourself, then that's a bad way to start a relationship. So that's where I think self-love comes in again, where it's like, what am I doing to help maybe develop more patience? What am I doing to help my boredom, besides like wasting time going out with friends or watching TV, spending time doing like absolutely nothing. Whereas if you feel like, okay, you yourself can establish a pattern, like maybe using your time wisely by going to the gym or doing something meaningful, that can help you create understanding or something that you crave in life, then I think that's more of a healthier way to enter a relationship.
Wow, well said. So, how do past relationships shape the way we show up in the new ones?
I think in a huge way. In a huge way. Because, like, I don't know if I'm the only one, but, there's that moment where you're just like, this person did like this, I didn't like that, so now I want it a little bit differently. Like, you sometimes weigh whether what was good, what was bad, and then that kind of directs you into your next relationship, in other words. Let's see, okay, he did this thing, I don't like this habit, so I'm trying to find somebody that doesn't have this habit, according to what a person wants. So sometimes my past relationships have only helped me upgrade.
Hey, let's go. I think that is the goal, though. Let's be honest.
They also just like lessons as well. You also get to see within yourself, okay, because we all introspect after a relationship.
Yeah.
And if you introspect deeply, you get to understand your flaws as well. So they also shape you in getting to know yourself better and how to be better in the next relationship. Where you realize I had 1, 2, 3 as a problem. I need to work on that as well.
Period.
Perfect.
Introspecting after relationships. It's nice.
Well said.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
What are signs you haven't healed yet?
I think when you carry the trauma of your past relationship into a new one, like being like, my ex didn't do this. Now, like, you kind of like bringing that into the relationship, like, I need you to text me every single time of every single minute of every single day because my ex didn't do that and then she found someone else, So then it's like the comparison is just, I think that's a bad sign.
What is signs? That is a bad sign. Does crying count? I don't know.
Maybe.
Like
if
if you think about it and you think about the relationship and it's still like, it's still fresh. Like, I think that's a sign, when it's still like, it bothers you. You become not comfortable. Like, you're not as open as you used to be. Like, I don't know.
There's a change in yourself.
Yeah, there's a change in yourself.
Like
Yes, I like the way you put it. There's a change in yourself, and you still carry that change in the next relationship.
Yeah, like that heartbreak that comes from it. Yeah.
Or even as you said, trauma. Yeah, now you're just waiting with it. That little flinch. I think those are signs of good. Maybe you haven't healed yet. You haven't maybe confronted like the root of the problem, and forgiven yourself for maybe choosing that person, because I think we keep that to our hearts, which is like always burying ourselves with the guilt of how did I put myself in such a situation, And well, okay, I speak for myself where I'm just like, yo, could have missed all of this trauma if I just took a different way. But then getting to a point where you can forgive yourself, like growth.
I think another thing that you've mentioned is also something that my friend mentioned to me before is also like forgiving the other person, forgiving the person that broke your heart or whatever. Because sometimes you're in a relationship, you guys break up, and then all of a sudden it's like this person is the worst. You go around spreading stories or telling your family, your friends, like this person just isn't the one, or like everyone should just avoid her. She's just so ugly on the inside, something like that. Where it's like, but maybe the relationship wasn't all that bad. Like, I'm pretty sure there's at least one good quality that your ex had. Not saying that you should focus on that, but saying that, even though, forgive them for the hurt and then move on. Not like blaming them and just kind of feeling like it's their fault. Because I'm pretty sure there's it takes two to make a relationship work. So, yeah.
Is there really a forgive and forget in a relationship?
I'm still working on the forgetting part.
Same.
But
forgiving, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Probably could, but I don't know about forgetting though.
Nah, every time I see your face, wow, he had break.
Oh no, mine is different.
Or can't forget what
Well,
happened.
not every time, but sometime I'd remember, hey, you did me wrong, and when I'm angry, it's like,
I think forgetting it could mean being able to put it, behind you. Being able to, move on from it. I mean, forgiving is just saying, I make peace with this. But then, moving on from it, it's another part. So it could be the forgetting part. You move on from it. Okay, a question that follows. How do you take responsibility for your triggers instead of projecting them?
The question is, do I even?
Do I know?
Do I do it? Do I take responsibility and accountability? Ooh, for my triggers.
So I think one thing that helps me is after my relationship, what I had to do was really go back and sit with myself and be like, okay, what did I do that I felt like I could have done better, or felt that triggered the arguments and continued the fights and you just what made it toxic. And I think once I identified that triggers, I was able to recognize, okay, this is what I do that can be a problem. And so when I go into my next relationship, I'm getting to know someone with the intention of dating this person. Then I'm like, okay, I need you to know this and this and this. Okay, these are my triggers. These are what I don't like. These are how I will respond to them. I'm still trying to work on them, but this is just help me be able to recognize them if I do it and I don't see it, if that makes sense.
Okay. So how do you deal with it within the relationship? Because now you're speaking after relationship. Within the relationship though, how do you take responsibility or, accountability for your triggers within a relationship? Because what if now we're in a relationship for a long time? Are you going to wait for us to end now? And continue being triggered?
Okay, that makes sense.
How do you go through it? How do you take accountability and recognize insight when we're gone deep?
That's a very good question. And I think it goes back to that thing that I said with you, do I even do it? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But I have an idea of how I'd like to do it, how I'd like to be very open and communicate how I'm maybe feeling, even though maybe I might not have all the words at that moment in time, but to be like, ish, Ebo, when you did that, or when I saw that, this is how I felt at that moment in time. And it doesn't have anything to do with you, but maybe it's something that I need to work on. That's my imagination. That's how I would love to take accountability. How do I do it now? I won't lie, I'm not sure.
For me, I was dating someone that was like very emotionally mature. So he'd like recognize the triggers before I did. And then he'd be like, okay, let's sit down and talk. And we talk about them. And then I'd be like, oh, but actually I do that. And actually I am like this. I do respond in this way. And then I think with me, that was like in the relationship. That was when I recognized, okay, I need to like try and change and like approach things differently. And then I tried because he explained how it affected him. So, yeah.
That's nice when two mature people. It's rare.
At what point does baggage become unfair to bring into a relationship? Let's maybe, for instance, we've just spoke about if how do you know you've healed yet? Let's say you go into another relationship and then you come up with scars that you had, from the previous relationship or whatever. It's an example. Could be in anything. A baggage could be anything. Something that's, emotionally or
Like past trauma.
Yeah, it could be that.
It could be, yeah. I don't know, the baggage. Could
In
be
that
stress.
situation, it becomes unfair when I come with the baggage and I don't recognize it or I'm not willing to work on it. It becomes unfair to my partner because now it can't be heavy. I get now I'm not good. I'm struggling with 1 2 and it's clear that you're struggling, you don't like it. And if I'm not willing to work on it or I'm not willing to heal from whatever happened in the past relationship, it's going to be difficult for your partner in that time. So when does it become heavy? I think throughout the whole relationship until you solve it, it's going to become heavy baggage. You understand?
Yeah. I think of something that I've done before. I label maybe my intrusive thoughts as bad thoughts. So I'm like, hey, I had a bad thought. And then I say what I was thinking or my mini scenario in my head. And then sometimes I seek a little bit of reassurance from that. And then that would redirect my brain waves to just eliminating those bad thoughts, if that makes sense. And then I find healing in it, and I hope as well that my partner would would be reassuring to me. So then that baggage that I came with, I've put it on the table, and we're just like now dismantling it with reassurance and just being like, nah, dude, it was just a bad thought. That won't happen.
Yeah.
And then there's healing from there.
Yeah, I think that definitely shows that communication is very important in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think everyone has a past. So there is going to be something you bring in a relationship. Might not necessarily be like, it can be baggage, it can be like a small, and then there's like big things that like really impact the relationship. But then I think as long as you communicate that with your partner, that it can be eventually worked out.
Well, Siobhan, speaking of communication, what communication skills should someone develop before entering a relationship? What communication skills should someone develop before entering a relationship?
Man. Good ones? I don't know.
Good communication skills, yeah. Like I'm thinking of maybe trying to be quick to communicate, like I can sometimes allow things to brew and cook and boil inside of me. But if you could be able to quick and release, that would be a good communication skill.
Learning to express yourself.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yes. And sometimes finding the words, I think I'm guilty of that. I don't have the right words. I know what I'm feeling. It's feeling gatla, gatla, gatla. But gatla, gatla, gatla doesn't have a word.
Yeah,
All the word is gatla, 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 and then it doesn't come out clean. It comes out gatla, gatla, gatla.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think it gets to a point where it's like again, going back to the triggers, maybe I could say something and you find it offensive, or I can say something and all of a sudden you're defensive, like you trying to defend yourself because, and I'm like, whoa, what happened? Like, did I hurt you? Then I'm confused. So I think good communication skills comes in where it's like, I don't know what's going on inside your mind, and like, I don't know what I'm doing, it's gonna hurt you. I don't know if I'm saying the right thing in the situation.
Yeah.
So I think that comes with like making sure that you just communicate. Like if something hurts you, you can like just try and communicate that. And then again, I think a lot of us have a problem of naming the emotion. We don't know the name of the emotion. We don't know what we are feeling when we are feeling it. So that's tough. That's a tough one.
That's a good skill to learn.
Also
Before
learning
and
how
after.
to ask questions in a relationship.
Oh.
Don't always assume you know everything. Communicate with your partner. Ask her if, hey, do you like it if I do this? I know sometimes it can get weird a bit, or you feel like you're doing too much, but I think it helps in terms of communicating and getting to know your person. Ask them, hey, do you like it when I do this? Do you like it when I say this? What is it that I do that you don't like? What is it that you do like? Get to communicate more in forms of questions, not just winging it.
Okay.
I like that.
Chaba, what's your point of view on that?
POV. Okay, my point of view in this, in any kind of relationship, shouldn't be necessarily, a romantic relationship. Even when we are colleagues, I feel like we really need to develop, strong communications and know how, especially we should know how to act, in how maybe we are feeling, or in how we really want to approach certain issues instead of reacting. I feel like as people, we have a problem of reacting, when coming to relationships. Yeah, so instead of reacting, we should develop a skill whereby we learn to act confidently. So, yeah, that's my take. Okay, what's a healthy way to approach a conflict?
I know I'm funny, but I come on now.
What's a healthy way to approach conflict if you've never seen it modeled well?
Jeez, is there really a healthy way to approach conflict, guys?
It is actually.
Like, it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
Others would say, I want you to be straightforward, say it as it is, tell me. And then me, I'd be like, no, marinate me. Tell me, Uti. You look very pretty today. But that lip gloss, that other one, you look so much better in the other one. Can we try that one today? Like,
I feel
personally
like
for me, ease me into it.
most of ladies are like that actually. They want us to marinate them. Whereas most of guys are also, they just want straight to the point.
Wait, if you don't like this, but this is a conflict, guys. Conflict is when now it's down bad. How do you handle that situation now?
Conflict is when it's down bad, okay.
We're in a fight now, or there's a misunderstanding.
It goes back to what I said earlier on, instead of reacting, you become self-aware of the emotions, you take actions bit by bit.
But a lot of people don't know how to like step back. Like a lot of people just like reacting, focusing so much on reacting to this, what they're feeling, this emotion, how they're hurt, and that's where the conflict comes, where it's like you fighting, you yelling at each other because both of you all are trying to get your points across, but none of you guys are taking a step back and reflecting.
That's true.
So how do we get to that, especially in a relationship where it's like
one of you have to humble each other, be humble for the other. Set down your pride. I know I have a problem with that. I can be very prideful.
Yeah.
Well, not back down. But I've been very blessed to have people in my life where they've backed down and were humble. And yeah, it works out when one can just take the step and be humble.
But sometimes it can be a bit too much for the person who steps down and becomes humble. Sometimes you can be humble too much, and one day you're gonna reach your breaking point.
Ish.
You understand? So it's not always the case. It is the case, but it's not always healthy for
That one.
who steps down. Speaking from experience, because then you end up like, you know what, it's fine, babe. I'm wrong, or I'm humble, or I keep quiet now, and then the conflict ends, and then later on,
The goal is bringing it back up again.
exactly,
It
or
happened 3 years ago, and the goal is still remembering.
oh yeah, or you just bottled up too much, and then one day the bottle is just gonna overflow.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like a Coke bottle with Mentos. When it pops, it pops. It's gonna go crazy, and it's not gonna be nice when that happens. So I think when it comes to conflict, we should just learn to just speak properly with each other. Learn to. I know it's quite hard. I think it's a very hard thing to not try to be angry, or even if you're angry, just try to control yourself. But we should really, really try to control our anger and our reactions, like Tabo said. That's a very big thing, how you react to things. And be a bit more mature in conversations. If you know you're a person who likes using big words, try to limit that. Try to think of better ways to communicate with your partner and all of that. And if you're a person who keeps quiet and humbles yourself, continue being humble, but also don't suppress yourself too much. You know, speak your mind as well in that time of conflict.
Yeah.
You said that really well. I'm thinking, is there a way I can rephrase the question? Because I really feel like I want to help our viewers out on this one. For you guys, as gents, how would you want, if there's a conflict that's happening, especially in a relationship, how do you want your girl to respond? And then for us, how do you want the guy to respond?
Is that for us to answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Depends.
Personal. Go ahead.
Shoot, bro.
Go ahead, sir.
Shoot, bro.
Okay. Personally, I want them to be, to say it on how, it comes in their mind. But then, of course, they should be respectful about, whatever they'll be saying, towards me. As long as if they are respectful, but they're saying it on how it comes. That's best, because that's genuine.
Yeah. Listen, if you have a problem with something, express, it's fine. But express properly. That's a big thing for me. Like, let's conversate properly. Even if you're angry, don't make a noise. I don't like noise. I'm a noisy person, but not in conflict. I don't like noise in conflict. Because once you start making a noise, I disconnect, honestly. But say what you want to say, but respectfully, like Tao said. Say it properly. And I know it's going to be hard, but just try your best to do so. Yeah, well,
Interesting.
respect plays a big role in everything, especially.
All right. Before we turn that question to us, I want you guys to listen to something. Are you ready?
Hey, okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That sounded awesome.
It did. It did, but it took time.
It took very long, but it sounded
It
awesome.
did. Oh my nail.
I would say.
That sounded
Wow, you
better.
could have done it Please. Before I struggle like so tough, I don't have nails.
That was so real.
Struggle is real, guys. Thank you. I'd say for me, I even forgot my own question. How would want a guy to respond in a conflict? Yeah, I think you mentioned it. I think just not yelling at each other and just approaching the situation with a lot more respect and also a lot more comfort. Because I feel like when it comes to conflict, now all of a sudden we see each other as enemies. Like, I don't think that's what it's supposed to be like. I feel like there's no love when the conflict happens. We're just like trying to fight to prove each other's points. So I think for how I'd want a guy to react is also just calm and just being able to say everything that is bothering him. Because guys, they struggle when it comes to open up, and I understand it. But then it's like, you have to be able to eventually trust me and lean on me so that I can understand what hurts you, so I don't do it again.
I agree. For me, I think if one thing I know that would make me very mad if somebody were to approach me with accusations. Already you're telling me, you did this, da 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 da. No. And like, I feel like that doesn't give your other partner the benefit of the doubt. You come with the reason, what's in me, I always want to hurt you, which is not the case. You find out maybe there was a reason why something turned out the way it turned out, and it wasn't the intention. You know, it wasn't the intention to hurt you. And if you're not going to come with that perspective of trying to understand what was Sipo going through during this, why is she not thinking this way when I was thinking this way? You know, that's in a space of conflict, I want a safe space of understanding and to be understood, and vice versa for me to also understand. Because if I were to approach, I'd be like, hey, I noticed this happened and this is how I felt. Let's unpack that. I'm not coming, you did this, why would you do this? Don't you know that hurts me? Whoa, that's aggressive. I don't like aggression.
Yeah.
I think, conflict, I feel like it's more effective when it's even softer and we're trying to solve in silence. So don't come with accusations is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I was coming up with like solutions to solve it, not just thinking like, okay, it's the end of the world, we can.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, what's the next question?
Can poor communication habits be fixed during a relationship?
Can
Yes.
what?
A poor communication be fixed during a relationship?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you begin a relationship being poor communicators because you
You know,
don't know how to communicate to each other.
Remember, sometimes
Because we're
it's
still
a-
learning each
it's
other.
a habit. It's a habit. It's something that you maybe, let's say for me, as an individual,
In general, you have bad
in general, I
bad
just have
communication.
bad communication with everyone.
Yeah,
It's a habit.
I still think it can be fixed. I
It
mean,
definitely
bad
can.
habits can be solved, right? A smoker can become a non-smoker. So a bad communicator can become a good communicator over time. And
Not in a bad way, no. But then, doesn't that sound like a project to work on?
working on yourself is a project, Tabo. It's a project that unfortunately will end.
I'm saying in a relationship.
Okay,
Yes,
so
and-
for the other partner.
For the other partner, isn't it a project?
Oh.
We are projects, to be actually very honest. We are. Like, we go into a relationship not knowing each other to that extent. Maybe we were just friends, but we don't know each other and we're trying to overly impress each other.
Okay.
You know?
Is it?
You're still trying to like learn how to communicate with each other. And you are my mini project. I'm teaching you how to love me and you're teaching me how to love you.
That's true.
That's a fair point. That's a
But I
fair
think also to the point where Taba's saying is like a project being like kind of like a burden to the other person. And I think, well, we're always working on each other. I think you work on each other before a relationship, you work on yourself in the relationship, you're going to work on yourself after the relationship. Hopefully there's no after the relationship. But either way, you're constantly working on each other. So I think it's more of like where it comes to, okay, this is my problem, I want to try and fix it, or this is their problem, they can fix it. That type of thing.
Okay, perfect. Okay, the last but not the least, how do you define your non-negotiable versus your preferences?
That's a difficult one. My issue is that I feel like my non-negotiables are my preferences and they're not negotiable my preferences. I'm the issue. I'm the problem. It's me. I know. Because there's a big difference between non-negotiables and preferences. But then I feel like I mix up the lines at times. I'm like, Ziafana.
Yes.
Man, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I have like preferences and non-negotiables that also just interlink, and then it's like I'm dating someone that I've never even like they're not my preference, but I'm with them. And then it's like, oh my word, I don't know, and I'm like, if I am I the toxic one or are they? Because but then I think it goes back to just establishing like clear boundaries with yourself. Like knowing what you definitely don't want, and what you feel can be like a changed. Like for an example, being like, oh, I definitely see my future husband as a black man. And then it's like, okay, but what if someone else has everything else you want in a guy, but then he's just not black?
Yeah. But that's like a preference. But I get you. Yeah.
Girl,
I get you.
I feel like non-negotiables, they are normally, deal breakers.
Yeah, and
It's a
values
no,
and
no,
standards.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas with preference, you can just, change them or make an exception.
yeah, because like I think for you, like a non-negotiable is probably gonna be.
I want to hear how good you know me. Go for it.
Wait,
Sure,
okay.
I wanna
No, Wayne. Oh no, Wayne. I will not get. Anyway. Okay, but one of them that I definitely know that I can mention would probably be that it's like Timpleworthy.
Yes.
That's
That is
that's a
non-negotiable.
non-negotiable. So
Vice versa.
then it's like anyway.
Okay.
I don't know that answers the question.
You
Hopefully
did, man, you did. What do you think, Mercedes?
What are my non-negotiables?
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
Okay, we'll pause it. Let's dive straight to the game then.
Yes, let's get to the game.
Sure.
Okay.
So guys, I have a few questions again, Yana. I have
Okay.
like a few questions for you. It's called truth or text. So I'm gonna give you a few questions and you're gonna answer it by either, telling the truth to the person. It's more of a scenario where I ask you about a person and
Okay.
you're gonna either tell the truth or would you rather reply or express yourself via text. You choose. So first question is you've been on 3 dates with somebody but you're not feeling it anymore or you're not feeling them anymore. Truth, if you answer truth, you'd have to, tell why you're losing interest, or text, what message would you tell them in order to tell them that you're not feeling them?
So either way, I'm telling them.
Yeah, over either face to face or whatever.
Ghost.
I'll take truth. Yeah. Tell them, be like, yo, bro. Like the past 3 dates were cool and all, but I've noticed with the there's this kind of characteristic that doesn't match with my characteristics, so I don't think we blend very well.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that can't be texted. You can't text something like that. Because it's like 3 dates and like you're already seeing the person like in
Yeah.
person. So now it's like all of a sudden you want to break it off over text. I feel like, I don't know, it's more, it plays a bigger impact when someone can see the emotions on your face.
Yeah.
When you are communicating whatever you want to communicate. So I would say also truth. So that I can be able to tell the person in person like, yeah, the 3 dates, I enjoyed them, but I'm like, I like someone that's this and this and this. And I feel like you don't meet that standard. You don't have those qualifications.
But then, saying it like that sounds so bad. You don't meet, you know what I'm saying? Yo. But yeah.
But that's the thing. I feel like people are trying so hard to like be so sensitive and like, oh, I want to mind your feelings. And then it's like, no, be direct. It's because it's also my feelings. Then it's like,
Period.
So
Nah,
doesn't
like-
play about.
I don't. I'm
Sniper,
sorry,
straight
I
shooter.
don't. I will probably be like, okay, we can give it another chance and like see how it works out. But then at the same time, I'm like, we're wasting each other's time.
Sure.
Period.
Time that we don't already have. So let's move on.
Okay. Second one is your crush takes 6 hours to reply. How do you really feel about the truth, or would you text them and tell them how you feel about it?
They're not gonna read the message. It already takes 6
6
hours to
hours.
reply.
But yeah, how would you go about it?
Yeah.
Oh, so swap text call.
Nah, shame, I won't lie. I won't. I'm too prideful. I'll take even when you eventually reply, I'll take another 8 hours.
Petty like that.
See this pit, yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I would need to know why. I'm like, why are you so busy? You don't have like 30 minutes text back in your 24 hours of the day. You don't have like a little bit of time to just reply to my text
But this
messages.
is your crush. You have a crush on them.
Oh,
you don't have
they're
a crush
not
on
aw-
you.
They're not aware. Okay.
That's what brings in my head. I'm like, God, I'm the one that likes this dude. No.
Then I'll move on.
So therefore, I'll be so petty because clearly.
I feel like after the third or fifth text and I see them taking 6 hours, I bounce.
Cap. Okay.
Bounce how?
As in like I'm done with you. As in like you clearly busy, clearly don't like me, clearly don't want to get to know me.
Okay.
I'm out.
Okay.
All right. What about you guys?
Yeah.
A girl that you like is taking forever to reply. How do you guys feel? Would you do a truth text or what?
Both.
Yeah.
Be on your neck about it.
Yeah.
I don't like you, you're taking forever.
Yeah, and I want someone who want me. If you are no longer showing interest, I gotta bounce. I know I'm the one who was crushed, but then I gotta bounce.
Swallow my feelings and
Yeah,
suck it up, princess,
exactly.
and move on to the next.
Suck it up, princess.
Run to the next.
Okay, now the scenario is you are with somebody and they still talk to their ex a lot.
What's
Am I dating them?
How would
Am I
how would
talking
you
to
deal
them?
with this situation? I think with this one I'd like you to reply with both tooth and chest. If it's truth, is it a deal breaker? How would you say face to
100%
face?
deal.
And text, what would you say to them via text as well?
I'd be like, so okay, this could go two
It's-
ways. It depends also how angry I am.
It's not gonna be a deal breaker for me, but then
Aibo.
why are you doing that? I'll try to understand why you're still talking. Were you friends before?
Nah, I don't
What's
need to
up?
understand. I'm out.
Me
Boy,
too.
bye.
What?
It depends
Boy,
how angry
bye.
I am. Like, so talking to your ex. And we're dating, we're in a relationship.
Sure.
No, bro.
No.
Oh, talking stage.
With what's your ex?
Sure. We
Oh,
we are in a
oh,
talking stage.
sorry. Oh, we are in a talking stage. Is this your ex? What? What is? Go back to them.
Yeah, clearly there's some lingering feelings that you need to resolve or something. I don't know. I'm not here to
Not
play
with an
babysit
ex.
or
Let's try to establish
hold the candle.
what you
The
mean
scenario.
talking. Yeah, the
Okay.
scenario, talking. When you say talking, what's up? Do
He
you
said
talk-
text your ex from time to time, nah? So it's not just like a, hey, how you doing?
It's
3
no,
months
no,
again, how
no,
you
it's not. No. I can tolerate 3 months, or I'm saying once in a month. But then if you text,
And
we
keep
can every
talking,
every
yeah.
time and again. No,
That's a
man.
deal breaker
No,
for sure.
no,
Same.
no.
Okay, the last question is you like this person, but your friends don't.
No.
I'm gonna be in the relationship, not my friends.
Shout out my nigga Gucci. But yeah, how would you guys go with this? Sipo, how would you go about it with, you like somebody but your sisters don't? Do you listen to your friends or what do you do in that situation?
The heart, what it wants, like, dude,
Thank
I'd
you.
thug it out. I'd convince them. I'd be like, but you don't know how I know him. We need to spend time together first before you can make that judgment.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
You go, girl. Siobhan.
How are you going about this situation?
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. But I feel like my friends know me. As in, like, they know me when I'm angry. They see me when I'm upset. They've seen me when I'm like, when I lost someone in my life. They see me in so many different lights. So they know me, like, really know me. And if my boyfriend or the guy I'm dating or the guy I'm speaking to, the guy I'm seeing does not get along with my friends, I can't. Like, I feel like you don't need to, like, be best friends with my friends, but you need to at least get along with them, because I don't know, I just feel like my friends are very important to me personally, and I feel like they play a very crucial role, And I'd say that for a guy that doesn't
My
get
sister,
along with my friends,
you're
it's a
gonna
red
marry your
flag.
friends.
So in this
I
case,
won't.
You're gonna
you like this
marry your
person, but
friends.
what your friends say goes.
The thing is, my
She's gonna marry
What
your
if
friends.
Siobhan like I'm trying all over to like you really like this
my
person?
friends are just very overprotective of me, and they see sometimes in guys what I fail to see.
Well, your friends
So,
give
like,
you the happiness.
My
that
brother,
this
my
guy
brother.
gives.
Just let her
No.
be. She's gonna marry her friends.
Nah,
Listen.
I won't. My friends have their own
Jeez.
people, but I just
Siobhan's
mean.
partner.
Oh,
Another
wow.
matcha.
It's okay. He gets along with my friends.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah, Shima, I can relate to that one. I've had my family not like the person that I was talking to.
Jeez.
My whole family.
I'm on the right.
How was that?
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. That's what I mean.
But at that time, like I was willing to go blind and just, love is blind, guys.
Now, half of the time, my family, my friends have always been right about a guy.
Ish.
But I just them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, guys, that was the final question.
Oh man, that was an interesting game, Seeing different perspectives on how we'd answer differently. Yeah. Well, once again, thank you for tuning in to Giving Spring Podcast. We are here to bring you powerful conversations and practical topics that you can use right away.
A big shout out to Giving Spring Foundation and its founders for making this podcast possible.
Now it's your turn. Please hit that subscribe button and also follow us on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook.
Yeah.
Let's keep the momentum going.
Bye.